What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and I'm going to start the video off with an apology. I have felt like crap the past couple of days. It is allergy season, I guess is the best way to put it. I said in a couple of my videos, I'm like, I want to make a playoff preview video, which obviously I didn't do, but to be fair, that video would have been last Friday, and that was the day allergies were whooping my ass. I'm just going to put it out there. I could barely speak, could barely even open my eyes. So, it just would have been a bad video. And to be fair, and to be honest with you, I didn't really want to make the video. I don't like giving like, with awards, with wrestling, just stuff in general. The only thing I do not like giving a prediction of is the playoffs. Because I pick with my heart and not with my brain. And the playoffs is kind of the most important thing that you can give a prediction for. So, again, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I'm predicting the Grizzlies go all the way, even though we got a lot of crap in our way to get to the championship. That is besides the point. So it's just like I said, that's why I called it a preview. I was going to talk about every series and not give a prediction. That's not what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see predictions. So I want to apologize for that. And again, a small little apology. I want to make this shooting the breeze yesterday, Monday. But again, I felt like crap. And what had the events of Sunday, which I'll get into in this video, kind of had me triggered. And again, as a viewer, you probably want to see me mad. You probably want to see people rant and talking a bunch of crap, but that's not what I like doing. I don't like being angry on these videos. I like to provide positivity because there's just a lot of negativity in this world. And if I would have made this video yesterday, I would have been hella heated. But that's besides the point. It was a very good Monday. We're now on Tuesday, come Tuesday, as some people call the day. That is it. So, we're now shooting the breeze. The playoffs have begun. I believe it's began. I don't know the past tense. I'll know by the time the video is out because that will be in the thumbnail. Or not the thumbnail, the title. You get the point. So, the playoffs have started. It has been very good and very enjoyable. I have to get this off my chest to begin with. I'd have to do a very, very, very deep dive. I don't think there's been a playoff run, at least in my lifetime, that did not involve some type of injuries. And it definitely sucks that injuries have started right away. Game one of several situations. So that was kind of the main thing that I've been negative, and the main negativity, the main bad thing of these playoffs so far, is that we got some injuries. Even going into it, we had injuries like with the Clippers and Paul George, my Grizzlies. We're on our third string freaking center. But again, like I said, we'll get into it as we do. So first thing, this is going to be mainly an NBA episode. I don't know of any there's one wrestling topic that I could talk about. I'm going to talk about it quickly right here. I'm going to put it. It's a rumor. It's what AEW. The main reason I'm saying this is because a lot of my wrestling videos so far have either been ROH TV reviews or WWE stuff. And like I said, I watch AEW. I like AEW. So I want to make it 50-50, but so far it's been like 75-25. There's a rumor that AEW is going to add a Saturday night show. Now, there's supposed to be a certain star that is the focal point of this show. But if you watch my Double or Nothing video, how I would book Double or Nothing video, I made a rule that I'm not going to mention this person. His name is blank dot space and then 4 letters. You know who the hell I'm talking about. But I'm not mentioning that guy until he actually comes back. It is an announcement that he is coming back and we see him. I'm not mentioning him. But anyways, the rumor is that this show is going to be his show on Saturday night. And it's going to be very similar to Dynamite. I just think it's a bad idea. And there's supposed to be a brand split. There's just a whole bunch of rumors with it. So until we get an actual announcement, I'll talk more about it there. But just I wanted to mention that it's something that's very weird. I wanted to get off my chest. And it's kind of a little bit of an AEW talk. WWE doing very well right now. I'll get more into WWE once Backlash and the draft take place. Now back to the important things. The NBA. Now, they've announced their first award. It's probably the award I cared about the most because one of my favorite players won the award, and I thought he was going to get screwed out of it. I made a whole video talking about hopefully he doesn't get screwed out of it. Jaren Jackson Jr., Defensive Player of the Year. Congratulations to Tripsky, the Block Panther. I think Triple J is a better nickname, but they're both good nicknames. Very glad that he won the award. As a Memphis Grizzlies fan, You see how much he puts into defense. You see how much he wanted to win this award. And I'm glad that he did not get screwed out of it. So I want to give my congratulations off the bat. Brook Lopez had a great case. Evan Mobley, in his second year, had a great case as well. I think Evan Mobley and Jaren Jackson Jr. are going to be neck and neck in a couple of races. But I'm glad that Jaren got one right away. He should be in the case and in the argument every year. He should have been in it last year. He didn't win it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it because now he's gotten his award. So congratulations to Jaren Jackson Jr. winning Defensive Player of the Year. I want to get that off the bat. Now we're in the playoffs. We're 5 minutes into this video talking about the playoffs. Now, that was not a fart. That was a clap. That was a clap. It sounded like a small little fart. It was a clap. I promise on my head. That was hilarious. That's besides the point. Anyways, it's not even a negative. This is a good thing. The kind of negative is we've already got 2 game 2s that have happened, but both those games are very similar to the game 1s that happened, so it was kind of like, it would be an even standpoint if I just go through every game of the game 1s, which it's not going to be, it's just going to be opinions. It's not going to be breakdowns, like this player scored this many points and all that crap, just opinions. So, like I said, we've already got 2 game 2s, but they're very similar to the game 1s that happened, so it's not the end of the world. So, I'm doing this in order. 76ers and Nets. Like I said, at the very beginning, I pick with my heart and not my brain. Now, I always thought the 76ers were going to win this series. They have the most likely the MVP on it. They also have another MVP on their team that sometimes feels forgotten, but you get the point. They have the MVP on their team. The 76ers, besides the bubble year, do not have trouble getting out of the first round. Now, last year, there was the whole scare where they almost lost, and then Embiid got hurt, and all that crap. That's besides the point. They don't really have the trouble getting out of the first round. But I think the Nets, I really like this Nets team. I'm rooting for this Nets team because they've been through a lot of crap, and they should have had a lot more success than they ended up having. So I feel bad for the Nets and for the Nets fans mainly because they had a lot of promise and just haven't delivered on it. And now they've got a team that's got a bunch of likable people. There's one person that's not likable that cough, Ben Simmons, that you forget is on the team. That's besides the point. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, this Nets team is good. And they match up somewhat well with the 76ers, mainly with guarding Joel Embiid. I'm like, I didn't see them winning the series, but I thought they were going to make it competitive. Game 2, they had a lead a good majority of the game. Cam Johnson was going off from the 3-point line. But like I said, I want to pick on my heart. But I'm like, I could see the Nets upsetting them. Obviously, we're 2 games in. They got the next 2 games at home. That being said, 76ers are probably going to win the series. I thought the Nets were going to make it competitive. Hopefully, I want to see them win both their home games. I doubt it. Hopefully, they can win one. That is all I'm asking for. Win one. Make it an interesting series. But I've enjoyed it. At least the first game was a blowout. The second game was competitive to the end. And then it kind of being a blowout. But 76ers, like I said, they don't really have the trouble in the first round. It's the second round. It's going to be interesting. So, we're 2 games in. The 76ers win the series so far 2-0. Next, Celtics and Hawks. Celtics beat the crap out of the Hawks. Now, obviously, they were hitting shots at the end. I could have been a chance, but Celtics ended up winning. The Celtics, I was a little concerned with them just because the end of the season was kind of and it's just kind of like, you want to come out right away and take care of business. We saw that last year. They swept the Nets with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. So they took care of business right away. So just keep your foot on the gas. It's going to be very hard to beat them. They're the favorites in the East again right now. I believe so, if my facts are correct. But it's all opinion. But that's besides the point. They put their foot on gas. It should be a very easy series. Again, I could see the Hawks winning 1 game at home, maybe, but who even knows? The Trae Young scrutiny and criticisms are coming out. I am very, 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 very interested to see what the Hawks do in the offseason. I'm going to hope to God that this is not the exact same team next year. They need to make, for a team that made a trade involving 3 first-round picks, and you're in the same position as you was last year, and at the trade deadline, they had a Sadiq Bey, one of my favorite players. They're just in the same freaking position. The offseason, I'd love to, I made a whole video, I was like, things I want to see in the offseason. I talked about the Hawks there. I want to see them make some type of change. It's just very weird. We're seeing this team in the playoffs, and like they made a lot of changes, and it's just the same team. So, that's besides the point. But the Celtics are winning 1-0. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a sweep. My prediction, I think a gentleman's sweep. Next, the Cavs and the Knicks, the hard-hitting series, and we're only in game 1. And I really like this Cavs team. I gave them the compliment of not having a big 3, but 2 dynamic duos. There's probably several teams in the league that I could give this title to, but the Cavs are the main one I think of because they got the dynamic duo of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, the dynamic duo of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. And they were very good. Now, the small forward position, I like Isaac Okoro, but he did not do well in game 1. Cedi Osman came in as guarding Jalen Brunson at the end of the game, and Jalen Brunson was hitting his buckets. Now, I'm not a basketball coach, obviously, but I don't know why the hell Cedi Osman was guarding Jalen Brunson in the end, especially because Jalen Brunson kept scoring on him. But I'm going to give credit to the Knicks. A lot of people were, this series is going to go neck and neck. I imagine this series is going to go 6-7 games most likely. Hopefully it does. That would be great basketball. But I was in the camp and in the side of the last time we saw the Knicks in the playoffs, they sucked. They got done up by Trae Young and Ice Trae. He was taunting them, showing his butthole, metaphorically speaking. But I was like, the last time we saw the Knicks in the playoffs, they weren't good. Now, they've added Jalen Brunson, which again, last year in the playoffs, he showed out. Probably the main reason he got the big contract in the offseason. And then Julius Randle, again, I kind of credit him with the bad playoff run they had a couple of seasons ago. But now, him and Brunson together they're doing very well. They won game 1 on the road. Josh Hart, which sadly, it kind of seems like he's not going to play in game 2. Who really knows? It's a couple hours before game 2, but hopefully he does. Hopefully he's okay. But Josh Hart, done very well. I'm going to give the Knicks a lot of credit. They're a better team than I thought they were. I know my opinion doesn't matter at all to them, but I'm going to give them credit. And hopefully we get a long series out of this because I think that would be great, hard-hitting basketball. And like I said, the people for the Cavs showed up. Hopefully they show up and win next time. But as of right now, the Knicks are winning 1-0. Now, this is probably the most talked about series. It was one that we already saw 2 games of, 2 great, electrifying games out of the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. Game 1, Saturday night, to the wire. It was this close to a Stephen Curry three-pointer that a lot of people are criticizing. Why was he shooting it like that? It's Steph Curry, the greatest. I think Ray Allen's the greatest three-point shooter. Everybody else thinks it's Steph Curry. It's just opinion, but he's made all these other threes. He can shoot it however the hell he wants, but we were that close to it going to overtime and it being an even more closer game. Now, you probably don't want to hear me talk about game 1. You probably want to hear me talk about game 2, which is the biggest controversy. Well, it's not the biggest, but the biggest controversy of this playoff so far. The Draymond Green stomp. Now, I've said in a couple of my videos, I'm not a Warriors fan. I don't like the Warriors. I root against the Warriors. I feel a good majority of people root against the Warriors. And we are thriving. Those people that are in this camp of wanting to see the Warriors, like I said, I'm not, again, my opinion does not matter to the Warriors at all. But, like I said, I like providing positivity. But I'm going to the positivity of the Sacramento Kings. No one saw this team in this position to be a 3 seed up 2-0 against the defending champions who have almost the same team as last year. There's a couple little small changes, obviously, but almost the same team. It's just like, it's very weird to see this team in the position that they are. Now, back to the Draymond stomp. Draymond Green has a reputation of having some dirty plays and dirty tactics and incidental or purposeful, I think that's a word, contact that has happened. Now, Domantas Sabonis fell down, and he was holding on to Draymond's leg. Now, to Draymond's defense, in a lot of his incidents, he's the one that starts the crap. This time around, Sabonis starts it. He has his leg. Now, Draymond, being the smart person, because either A, he could have fell down, like, if he would have just kept running, then he could have fell down. They most likely call Sabonis for the foul, and Sabonis gets hit with a flagrant 1, possibly a flagrant 2. Who really knows? But Draymond stomps on him, and this is kind of a hyperbole, but he jumped very, very high. He kind of looked like Mario jumping up to hit like the bricks in the Mario games. That's how high he jumped up and stomped on him. got him a flagrant 2. A lot of people want him to be suspended. Now again, if he got suspended, I ain't crying about it. I'm not complaining about it. I don't see him get suspended though, just because they're down 0-2 at the moment. But it's just a very weird situation to be in. The King, he got ejected. I almost said another word, but he got ejected. I'm happy for the Kings. The Warriors, I don't know what the hell they need to do, because offensively, they've done very well. Now, they've missed a lot of, compared to Warriors teams in the past, they've missed a lot of threes, but they've also hit a lot of threes. They're like, if Golden State's shooting the 3 ball, you're expecting it to go in. Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox, giving him a lot of credit. He's most likely the first clutch player of the year award. I did not know he was as good a 3-point shooter as he was, because it's kind of been one of his main critiques, but he is lights out. Malik Monk, very good off the bench. Surprised he was not in the 6th man of the year category running. Maybe he will be next year, because if you go out into the playoffs and have this type of run, it's going to help your case next year. But the Kings, giving them a lot of credit. Golden State, you already know this. You ain't got to hear me say it. Game 3 is a must win, because it's going to be very hard to come back. No team has ever came back from down 0-3. And if Sacramento goes into Game 3 and wins in Golden State, it's going to give them a hell of a lot of momentum just to finish the job. So that is it for that talk. Now we go on to the Sunday games, which we have not seen any games 2 from so far. And this is kind of the main reason I didn't want to make the video, because I'm biased and I'm a Grizzlies fan. I was very heated at the result of the game. Now, obviously, we are going against LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And I think 90% of people have the Lakers winning this series. It's understandable. They have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We do not have a center. Even though, I don't really give a damn. I don't give a damn what ESPN and all these other, it's very weird, because obviously I'm giving my opinions on it. And when I hear other people give opinions, it's like, I don't care, but I care about my opinion. Obviously it's mine. But everybody's talking about the Lakers. When they talk about the Grizzlies, they just half-ass talk. When they talk about the Lakers, they go in depth and all this. When they talk about the Grizzlies, they half-ass it. So it just makes me a little bit more upset and care about their opinion even less. But now people think it's a sweep. Who knows? It's my team. I've seen them down and out a lot. It's just, I don't know what the hell changes we make. It sucks, because we have one of the two of the, I think they're the top 2. They're definitely in the top 3 highest 3-point percentage guys in the league, in Luke Kennard, Desmond Bane. And this is the main thing. I don't want this to become a 3-point competition, because it's 50-50. Now, Austin Reeves and Roy Hachimura, and even D'Angelo Russell to an extent, were shooting the 3 ball. I'm not going to criticize Roy Hachimura. I've been giving him praise, and I've liked Roy Hachimura for years. And it's just like, the moment he shows up and has a big-time game, it's against my freaking team. Like, what the hell? You couldn't have done this against any other team. But this is the biggest stage that he is on, so who cares? I don't hate Austin Reeves. I kind of hate the hype that he gets, just because people that are hyping him up now to be the next great thing, and then if he just becomes very bad, who knows? We don't know what the hell's going to happen with him. They're going to be the same ones criticizing him. So that's why I'm just not going to say anything at all now. But he ended the game. He had the performance. Anthony Davis defensively was great. It also pisses me off, because anytime Jaren Jackson last year had 2 great, game 1 against the Timberwolves, he had a lot of blocks. I don't remember, it was at least 6. Might have been 7, but we lost, so he doesn't get talked about. Then, game 1 against the Warriors, he had 30 plus freaking points. Again, we lost. It doesn't get talked about. Now, this time around, he was great. He was scoring on LeBron James. Now, I know he's 40 and all that crap, but he was scoring on LeBron James. He had a lot of points this game. Doesn't get talked about because we lost. Can we freaking win? We have to win game 2. You're at home. You have to win. Now, that's the problem. We don't know what the hell, if he's going to play. We damn sure don't know what the hell he's going to look like. Hopefully, they give Jaren his trophy, because Jaren hasn't took a picture with the Depoy trophy yet. So hopefully they have the whole presentation that lights fire under their asses, and they go out there and ball and win. They did against Minnesota last year. So, who knows? I'm not giving a prediction. I'm hoping the Grizzlies win. Now, here's the one scary thing. Is LeBron did not dominate or have a LeBron playoff performance in game 1. And he could save that in his pocket and use it at any time. That's kind of the scary thing. Rhea Hachimura, Austin Reeves were the guys in game 1. And Anthony Davis defensively. But it's going to be a scary and long series. Hopefully Ja is okay and healthy and can play. You can hope. You can hope. I'm just wanting to win. That's just what I want to see. I just want to see us win. We're not down and out, but we just hoping we win. That's all I'm going to say on it. That's why this is the main reason I didn't want to make this video. I don't want to talk about this series. I just don't. That's besides the point. But one thing, again, Ja got hurt driving on Anthony Davis and landed already on his hurt hand. And a lot of people, some were like, that's not good. It did not help that the next game, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat, Giannis Antetokounmpo does a similar thing. He drives onto Kevin Love, who's trying to draw a charge, he was either first or second in drawn charges. He's done this his whole career. He's very good at it. And for somebody that is older, and it's very weird for him to still be doing it, but besides the point, he's used to it. But he tries to draw the charge, and Giannis lands on his tailbone. Now, this is where you see the uproar of they need to get rid of this. And I have not seen this been talked about for years, or people apparently been talking about this for a while. I didn't know, but it became very apparent and very put out there that they want the charge eliminated from the NBA, or at least going to the rim charge. The main thing is it's not defense, and the person that is going up ends up hurt more times than the person drawing the charge. Now, if they changed it, I wouldn't be upset or mad, but I just imagine it's going to stay. I don't think there's going to be a change. Also, in that case, the main thing is it's Giannis. Giannis is the main guy that is driving to the rim and is dominant at the rim. There's obviously other examples, but in this example that we're talking about, it's because of Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so you're asking for Kevin Love or even a Bam Adebayo, all these players have to now go up with Giannis Antetokounmpo, where they're either going to get dunked on or foul him. And again, like I said, I'm using Giannis as an example because he's the main person of interest in this. That's the main reason I don't see it. It's just because then now they're going to go up and try to defend him. I just don't see that happening. And again, the charge has been there, done that. It's just been there. It's just unfortunate that we had back-to-back the situation that is at hand, back-to-back, less than an hour that both those happened, and 2 superstar players got hurt from the situation. Now, Giannis, again, I'm not a doctor. I should have researched it. I think the last thing I saw, he's supposed to be there for Game 2. He should be available. Who knows? I don't even think they play today. I think they play tomorrow. Again, who knows? I should have researched it ahead of time. But this charge line, I don't see it getting changed. So that's besides the point. The Miami Heat, the 8th seed, still won, mainly because of Jimmy Butler. Now, they got to think they're down a man. They're down Tyler Hero. Get well soon. He's supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Which, who knows? If Giannis, they won Game 1. Now, I'm not going to say the Heat are going to go out there and win it, but Jimmy Butler, the main thing is, when you look at this Bucks and Heat series, it's very similar to the Bucks and Heat 2 season. You could compare it to the bubble, but I'm comparing it to the season after where they faced again in the playoffs, and we're expecting Jimmy Butler to show out, and he didn't. So, I was kind of going into this series this year thinking very similarly, but that was not the case. Jimmy Butler showed up Game 1, and they won. Now the question is going to be, can they do it again? I definitely can see them doing it again at least once, maybe twice. Is this going to be a series that goes 7 games? Maybe. Hopefully. It'd be very interesting. But the big question mark, obviously, the first question mark is with Giannis. The second one is, can Jimmy Butler show up again? And show out again. I definitely could see that. And I definitely see Giannis being available and having Giannis for a full game opposed to a quarter and a half, and then he comes back and he can't do anything. Who knows? It's going to be an interesting series. Like I said at the very beginning, very rarely do we see a very healthy playoffs. And it definitely sucks that the best player in the league is the one that got hurt. But the Bucks and Heat, the Heat are up 1-0, which a lot of people did not expect them to be. So I'm going to give them congratulations to the Heat right there. I almost said last. Clippers Suns. This is my favorite series. Y'all know my favorite player is Russell Westbrook. I'm 99% sure he's going to be in the thumbnail of this video because I want to give flowers. He had a terrible shoot performance. That does not matter because he came up defensively. He was great all over the court. Blocked Devin Booker. It was not a foul. Even the last 2-minute report, which I crapped on a couple videos ago, said it was not a foul. And he came up when it mattered most. And the Clippers won a game that a lot of people were expecting them to lose and expecting them to get swept in this series. And the Clippers, mainly Kawhi Leonard, are here to show that they are not backing down from anybody. Now, I'm mainly rooting for the Clippers because I said it when the Kevin Durant trade happened. I said it at the trade deadline grades video. I've said it several times. I don't think you can make, again, I don't think a big three. The main ones I'm using an example is the Miami Heat one. And the Miami Heat, LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Obviously, different circumstances because one was built in the offseason, one was at before and during the middle of the season. This one was in the actual middle of the season, even like later than the middle of the season, and they've only played 8 games together where they were playing against mainly, it was mostly non-playoff teams. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's just like they're 8-0 together. Now they're 8-1. Haha. But besides the point, it's just like I don't think you can make a trade this big and have this big three, big super team, whatever you want to call it. I made a whole video talking about that as well. But it's just like I don't think you can do that and win the championship. You got to go through some adversity. Your first year, I just don't see it. And to get eliminated in the first round, that is going to be heavily, heavily discussed. Because when you look last year, the two most embarrassing things were the Suns, who were the number 1 seed, getting done up at home at Game 7. And the other thing was Kevin Durant, a all-time great, getting swept in the first round. So again, you mash those two together, and they get beat in the fight. I also don't think this is going to sweep. If it was, I'd be hella surprised. But I don't think this series is going to be a sweep. But if they're both to get eliminated in the first round after making this big deal to get traded, it's going to be heavily discussed. And people are going to call it a fail. Again, this trade was not for this year. This trade was for next year and probably the year after that. Because then that's when you get like, what the hell are we going to do with Chris Paul? Is DeAndre Ayton still going to be here? I don't think so. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant should be fine 2 years from now. Chris Paul, though, who really knows? That's when you start worrying. But it's just like, you can't build this year and win. I don't see it happening. So again, like I said, the main reason I'm rooting for the Clippers is so I'm right. And like I said, Russell Westbrook's my favorite player. I'd want to see him make a deep run in the playoffs. And he came up big in Game 1. He gets criticized in the playoffs. And if he did not make that play at the end, he would be the main discussion point. He would be the main person getting crapped up. But because he made the play in the end, he is the hero. He's the savior. He's most likely the thumbnail of the video, like I said. So give my flowers to Russell Westbrook. And hopefully this is, like I said, this is going to be this is a series I'm most interested in. Because it's very even. And again, they play tonight. That's going to be, I am sitting down. I don't like popcorn. I might make some popcorn and watch that game and enjoy the crap out of it. Last series, we need to talk about the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves have been through a lot of adversity. Last week, they won their playing game against the Thunder. If Rudy Gobert did not elbow Shea, it would have been more interesting to see the Thunder here, but you can't complain. The Timberwolves are here. Doesn't matter. Because, again, a lot of people were criticizing the Nuggets. Are they going to show up? They're going to be frauds in the first round? Are they going to get upset? They came out Game 1, and we're ready. And I guess the main thing of note from Game 1 is the Nikola Jokic spin move on Gobert, which that's like the only thing I remember from that game. And again, is this a sweep? I could see Minnesota winning one game. That's besides the point. So, like I said, the NBA playoffs have begun. I think it's begun. And my allergies are starting to kick in again. It's very weird that I started when I started talking about Russell Westbrook. But like I said, we're going to have some more updates, shooting the breeze, talking about the playoffs as they continue on. And hopefully everybody become healthy, like we cross our fingers, and we get some great NBA basketball out of this. Like I said, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.